Work, kid. Work, been way up for a minute now. Hold up, it's been a minute. Wow, I've been way up. I can feel it now. Tell my family I'ma get it now.
All right, people, you guys are listening to and or watching another Nomadic Cool video for your guys' education and entertainment. Be sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, share, and of course subscribe for more epic, awesome, cool, funny, and interesting content just like this one right here, right now on the Nomadic Cool YouTube channel. So guys, again, smash up that like button and leave your comments down below. But guys, we've got a MAHA Liberty Report coming to you guys today. It's July 31st, and man, it's been a crazy few weeks, to say the least, since I've last done a MAHA Liberty Report. Man, I wanted to start. We'll talk a little bit about MAGA. We'll talk a little bit about MAHA. Kind of get a good idea of to where everything is, how everything's going so far, and we'll see. Is the country being made healthy again? How's our liberty looking? Are we on the right track as a country in general? And we'll take it from there and come to our conclusion ultimately. But for starters, in the last video, I was, obviously pretty upset with the president ranting about the Epstein Island client list, which, by the way, guys, has still not been released. We do have a redacted version of it, guys. We do have a redacted version of the Epstein files, but they're heavily redacted. All the numbers, emails, phones, obviously CP and anything from the victim hasn't been released to the public, but what has been released is some pretty damning evidence against a lot of people in high class power, including the president, and it just makes the whole situation look a lot more sus, looking at those files that are, yes, redacted, but we can see a lot of the names within those files. They have the little black book, they have the flight logs, and in both of them, Donald Trump's name appears twice, and Donald Trump continues to dodge Epstein. Every single day he posts, the entire fan base is basically saying, release the list, release the files, Epstein list. Annoying Orange says release the Epstein list. And yet still no Epstein list. We did get MLK Jr. files, a whole bunch of them. The family didn't really want them. They basically said, I mean, we already know what happened to MLK Jr. The FBI was involved. The FBI was blackmailing him and secretly recording his phone calls and trying to out him as a communist under McCarthyism and all that. So, I mean, like, the story's as old as time. People kind of already knew what was going on with the MLK stuff for a long time. And Donald Trump was obviously dropping those MLK Jr. files out of the blue. Like, who asked, really? Who asked for those files right at this moment? They were clearly in bad faith released. Not because of the information they hold, but because they're trying to be a distraction for the Epstein files. Now on to MAHA. Speaking of these distractions from the Epstein client list, Donald Trump made the announcement that, oh, you're getting Mexican Cokes, sugar in your Coke, which is like, it's a step in the right direction. I do enjoy Mexican Coke, you know, and Mexican Sprite actually is what I drink. But I do enjoy Mexican Sprite. I like the idea of, yes, real sugar cane is obviously better, like marginally better than high fructose corn syrup, obviously. But I mean, it very clearly was an incredulous attempt to distract from the Epstein files by the president, and it's just disappointing. And then we're talking about the same guy who, by the way, said, he's been basically saying for years, oh, people are too offended. In the culture war, people are too offended by jokes, and, we can't tell jokes anymore. And then South Park goes and tells a joke about him. He's the fucking president. Why wouldn't South Park make a joke about him? And he gets offended. So, guys, I don't know about you, but I see these little things, and I feel like it might be time for a lot of us to look at this, look at the promises that have been broken. He promised no cuts to Medicaid. We got cuts to Medicaid. He promised no new wars. He threw us in as a belligerent in a new war. He made the BBB, which increases the debt, increases inflation, doing so. Doesn't cut spending, did nothing about the Doge cuts, doesn't cut spending. Gives the billionaires a tax raise. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, he does the BBB. Now there's dodging Epstein. Now there's hiding behind MAHA to try and cover up Epstein. Hiding behind MAHA. One MAHA item that really doesn't, nobody really... I mean, it was a good step in the right direction. Not saying that it's bad. It's just, really, soda is what we're going to be worried about. Come on. Nobody's falling for it. Nobody's falling for it, guys. Yeah. After all this stuff, I feel like it might be about time for me, and maybe you too, watching at home, if you really feel like it. Might be time for us to get off the Trump train. This train is going crazy. It's going off the rails. It's going insane. This train is going down a dark road to nowhere. And honestly, I feel like maybe a lot of people were right. Maybe Trump is part of the swamp now or something, because he really hasn't kept many of his promises on his campaign, and it's very disappointing to see. And people might be wondering, oh, well, you can't jump off the Trump train and be MAHA. No, MAHA really it's a group of mostly independents that joined the Trump coalition because Trump made a lot of lofty promises to a lot of various groups. Including libertarians and independents. But basically, MAHA is a coalition of people who essentially jumped on and voted for Trump in 2024 because, we thought that, one, he's the lesser of two evils against Kamala Harris, but two, that he would actually do what he said he would do and live up to his promises. And a lot of those promises, populist promises, actually, resonated with a lot of voters. Now, the coalition sort of is falling apart. So I don't really blame anybody in MAHA for wanting to jump off the Trump train now, because I'm off the Trump train. When I joined MAHA, I didn't sign an allegiance to the Republican Party or the GOP. I didn't sign a letter of allegiance to the President of the United States, Donald Trump. I declared my independence from the two-party system, and I still have been considering myself an independent since I declared my independence, which was a couple months after RFK declared his independence. And I jumped on his campaign and whatnot, and went to fight for MAHA, went up to bat for MAHA. And now, with the MAHA movement, looking at it now, I mean, I'm looking at what's going on in EPA and seeing what Lee Zeldin is just destroying the environment, essentially just approved for BP to do another deep sea drilling. And by the way, it's the same oil company that had that giant oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico in like the 2010s. So there's that too. It's the same company, and it's an even more dangerous project. That's not MAHA. You see the PFOAs and PFAs being deregulated. That's not MAHA. You see the trying to sell the national park land to companies by the Big Beautiful Bill. That's not MAHA. So yeah, I basically have got off the Trump train and still with MAHA through and through. I actually do support some Republicans still too. I support Thomas Massie. I support Josh Hawley and his Pelosi Act to try to get rid of some of the government corruption. The GOP ran on outing government corruption, and now they're just continuing the government corruption. You got Donald Trump attacking Josh Hawley for this Pelosi Act and trying to halt this insider trading that's going on, and yet Donald Trump, who previously endorsed it, now is speaking out against it, obviously because it affects his billionaire neocon tycoon buddies. So doesn't surprise me, Skip. But yeah, basically I think it might be about time for us to get off the Trump train at this point. Just start very skeptically looking at the presidency, and yeah, we'll have to make up our own decisions, our own minds in 2026 and 2028. This has been the Nomadic Cole signing off.